In my last video, I asked you guys. My heart is always beating very fast when I'm filming a video. Newbie problems. Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome back to another video. In my last video, I asked you guys to ask me questions MBTI related, or if you have any ideas for my further videos. And you guys truly did. Thank you so much. You all came up with very interesting ideas and very interesting questions. And today I am going to answer some of those questions I received. I'm just gonna briefly answer to some of them, but they all were very nice and thoughtful. Thank you so much, guys. I didn't really expect there to be 23 comments. Y'all very nice. Guys, you know, I hate intros, so let's just get to it. Devin Brines asks, as an ENFP, do you realize that ENFPs are super likable and that you are well liked? Yes and no. Do I realize that? I don't really think about it on the daily basis, so it doesn't really cross my mind often of how likable I am, but I do kind of realize that it's a fact for ENFPs, for the ENFP type. ENFPs are likable because of their adventurous energy, but at the same time they can quiet down and sit and talk to you for hours non-stop, and I think that's what makes them one of the most likable types in the MBTI, community. Some say there are 4 subtypes of the MBTI type. Eric Thor makes great videos about these topics. My guess is that based on which ENFP subtype you are, that could also determine how likable you are to the general society. You know, there are more rebellious ENFPs who are considered not to be so likable, and at the end of the day, you know, everyone is different. And I personally know an ENFP who is kind of like an outsider, not super likable, not a super likable person, so I don't know. I think it depends on what sort of a person that is, you know? But in general, I'd say yes, I acknowledge that the ENFP type is pretty likable in the society. Liz LP, if I got your name right, Liz, your interests and values as an ENFP. Also, Destin Scott wrote a pretty long comment, and he says, alright, so there was a comment stating your interests and values that I like the most from the comments. Okay, my interests and values as an ENFP, I guess. As most ENFPs, I value 2 things, if you could narrow it down to 2 things. And it is freedom and authenticity. Okay, freedom first. I think this is FI speaking, isn't it? Whenever I attach myself to a label or a made-up identity, I immediately feel locked up. How to put it in words? Okay, for an example, it's like when someone asks you what your favorite color is, and you go like, oh, okay, my favorite color is purple, and then immediately in your brain you go like, oh wait, but purple is only one of my favorite colors. There are so many beautiful tones and colors out there, and my favorite color changes from day to day. So how can I answer that purple is my favorite color? Because it's like putting a label on myself that purple is my favorite color, that is my favorite color, and that's it. But it's much more than that, you know? Is this an ENFP thing? Let me know. Do you have the same problem? Also, obviously, freedom of speech, freedom in doing whatever you feel like doing. This is such an FI trait, isn't it? This goes hand in hand with the second thing I value. I said it was authenticity. Well, as you can probably tell today, I am wearing pink eyebrows.
Wow.
Because I thought, you know what? Why not? So I did, and it's important to me to express myself. Is this an ENFP thing? Maybe, but there are plenty of types who can be creative in this way. Actually, I think every person out there is creative in their own field or genre. Creativity is such a... I am not gonna finish this thought. Next question. EdCA says, I think you should go nuts with your creativity and see what the audience enjoys more. Yes, I have thought about it, but my mind isn't very structured, as you may know. So if you guys are interested, I go nuts with my creativity on my Instagram, so feel free to follow me. I'm gonna put the link down in the description below or somewhere here on this video. So if you're interested in my creative side more, I love film photography and makeup and doing all these characters on myself, so feel free to follow. Mamu says ENFP's opinion on the 16 types. I could make a video on it. There are many great ideas, so I'm sorry if I'm not responding to all of them, but I've read all of them and they're really good, so thank you guys. Alex writes, have you ever heard of peacocking? I saw it in Parks and Rec. It's when someone wears a piece of clothing that is either ridiculous or out of place in order to get someone else to start a conversation with them. I haven't heard of peacocking, but that sounds like such an ENFP thing to do. On this note, you could also create a video about how to identify an ENFP in a crowd. Identifying an ENFP in a crowd, they won't necessarily be all out there and wearing pink brows, but I feel like they would have a unique sense of style, their own style. But that's the thing, you see, not all ENFPs are the artistic kind. That's just one of the many different types of ENFPs. Generally speaking, I think you could identify an ENFP. Can't finish that. See, that's the problem with making videos in your second language. 1 minute you're like, okay, I got this thought, I got this sentence in my mind, and then you try to say it out loud, and you just goes like, wait, what was I saying? Just ENFP things. I am deeply sorry that this video is super chaotic. This is a prime example of an ENFP energy. Gosh! Alright. Birds are distracting me. You guys are very considerate. So thank you so much for all your ideas and all your questions you left on my previous video. As part of the MBTI community, feel free to leave all your thoughts and comments down below. This is a safe space for you to express yourself and your ideas and your questions or anything. Stay safe and stay kind. Let's help each other out, even if we are stuck in our rooms. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.